So we all know who he is. We all love him. We all have read about him. And of course, people say he didn't exist. It was actually the story of Amun-Ra from Egypt that the Vatican Church replicated into Bible. But there is significant evidence for us to believe that yes, there was somebody like Christ, somebody with the powers of God. Okay, maybe he was the resurrection of Amun-Ra. Maybe Amun-Ra, Horus, Christ, Krishna, they were all just spirit and human form of that ultimate God. And that could be true. But there is a mystery surrounding his resurrection. There are many versions, like in Mary Magdalene's Gospel. It says that Jesus appeared to her first. Okay, he appeared to her next to her grave when she was on his grave crying. A gardener came, in his soul, in his spirited form, and when she saw him, she approached him, but he said, "Not to touch me. Do not touch me. Yet I am, Christ." And if you look at Luke's version, Luke and his disciples saw him inside where the kitchen was. He appeared. He even told them to touch him, to have dinner with him. Okay? And then Peter, most people say he appeared to Peter first, in the Garden of Mark at 8 o'clock. And that's his version has been the most prominent version. And then there is Paul's version, okay? When he was going in the Desmos Road and a light appeared in the sky and spoke to him, and it was Christ who was speaking to him. Even though his disciples did not hear him, did not hear Christ's voice, they did see the light. So there's all these versions, okay, of Christ that are given to us. But which one is right, which one is wrong? But the bigger question is, what are Nag Hammadi texts? Nag Hammadi papyrus text. Papyrus was a type of a silk paper that in the ancient times they used to write on it. And these were discovered in Egypt, these papyrus texts. And though they were right around the time when Christ was crucified, and these texts actually talk about that. They actually talk about his resurrection. They actually talk about all the details that happened in there. But they also talk about one very important thing. They talk about these secret teachings, these mysterious, esoteric teachings that Jesus only shared with some of his disciples, okay? Especially Peter, about the secrets of the universe, about how universe was created, and what is this universe. Gnostic Christians also believed that he did share this sacred information, and it was perhaps the most powerful, mystical information that he has given and shared to some of his disciples. But more so than that, Valentinus, he's a 100th century theologian who actually found a letter written by Peter that said that I was given this certain knowledge that Christ shared with me about the secrets of the universe. And in there, it had said that this universe is an apparition. This universe is an apparition. Think about it. What is an apparition? It's an illusion. This universe is an apparition. But, to clarify it, there was this Buddhist master. Buddhist master Origenus said that this world is an apparition and resurrection is enlightenment. He mentioned that death of his soul is what common man is. So common man, like you and I, represent death of his soul. Okay? And this Buddhist master had his third eye open. What is third eye? Opening of the third eye. Opening of the third eye is that you're able to see beyond the two eyes. We're able to connect with the divine, on a very spiritual level. You're able to foresee things. You're able to, when you see somebody, you see everything about them. You just don't see the physical body. So if somebody comes in front of you, or somebody who has his third eye open, they don't just see that person. They see everything about the person. And this is what Jesus had. He had his third eye open. Okay? And if you look at what Jesus said, this universe is an aberration. When one of those secret texts that or secret messages that he gave to Peter and some other disciples, it tells you one thing, that there could be many, many, versions of God that came on this planet to tell us something. But what is it about this world and this universe being an aberration? Well, this is something that I deal with in my book, in my fiction book called Kairos 3 to the White Gates. So in my science fiction book, Kairos, which obviously you might have heard of, especially if you have subscribed to my channel, it's a book about a 500 million year old computer that gets discovered beneath the surface of our planet. And this computer-like device starts revealing all the truth about the universe, the history of man, what is this universe, how did these planets came to be, and obviously there's a mystery of who actually put the computer there. So that's in the book, but there was so much information that I turned it into 3 parts, but the third and the final part, I really wanted to give the answer to not just the readers, but to myself about what is universe and who created it. Okay. And so as you see, I'm here in this special library, very secret library, but I cannot disclose the location of it. But in this library, some of the books and texts that I found, that's where I found and read about these details of the Nag Hammadi texts, and especially, what Jesus was trying to tell Peter and what he was trying to tell Paul, at different times. And so from that, I, just suddenly got this light within me about who actually created the universe and how was it created. The ultimate answer just came to me. And this is why I felt that if you are not familiar with Nag Hammadi texts, you should research on it, and hopefully I'm sure they have other books out there, but the resurrection and the things that he talks about, Jesus Christ, about this universe and his his timeline of resurrection and what has happened in the resurrection, all of these things kind of gives a hint and kind of takes us towards the direction of finding that ultimate truth. But hardly people, know the truth. I'm not saying I know the truth, but I kind of have the grasp of it. I kind of see that little mountain in the fog, but I'm not on the mountain. I don't think I will ever get there, but I just know that it's there, and it kind of looks like that. So anyway, guys, if you're new to my channel, subscribe above, because this is what I do. I find information and I present it to you, whether it's in celestial form or metaphysical form or physical form. So, and if you want to know about my book, Kairos, check out my link below. Thank you.